Colombian cumbia is a fusion of the three cultures that make Colombia what it is. And it's the Spaniard culture from colonization, the indigenous culture, and the African. So the African is represented in the drums, the indigenous influence is represented in the flute, and then the Spaniard influence, it's represented in the dresses. So what people were trying to do there back in when cumbia started was trying to imitate the way the ladies from Spanish society used to dress. Very big skirts, you know, the flowers.
And by the way, you're hearing an instrument that is only exists in Colombia. La flauta de millo.
What's the name of the instrument?
Flauta de millo. It's a little bamboo, little flute. And only in the Atlantic coast of Colombia is played. Not even in where I'm from, that doesn't exist in that region either.
Can you explain the instruments that are being played?
Sure. Well, I think the most traditional cumbia, and I think that's how it was born. It was played by, I think the flutes, the bamboo flutes, it's called gaitas. There's two gaitas, the female gaita and the macho gaita. But in this case, he's playing the flauta de millo, which is also used for cumbia. I think that when that combination of the African drums and the flutes kind of came together, how to me that's how cumbia was born, and that's the most traditional cumbia, and that's what we're trying to aim. We're trying to bring artists, musicians from Colombia that can play the gaita, that can play the flauta de millo, because we want to do the cumbia in the most traditional way. And my 24th mission to me is like the el corazón del barrio.
Sí.
That 24th mission where when we turn coming in, we're on 24th and then we turn right on mission. Right, man, when the energy is just, happening.
Giselle, do you
I think that street right there, that McDonald's, man, that song right there,
Ahí en el McDonald's.
Sí, en el McDonald's.
For you, Giselle, what about, do you experience a difference? Like what is the difference between going down 24th Street and then making that ride into Mission?
As I always tell them, like, it's the same thing that happens with music. When you start playing drums and you play cumbia, that there's something that takes over you. Once you make that turn on 24th, going into Mission Street, you know the shit, it's going down. And it's a smile that you're not even faking at all. It's just, it naturally appears on your face. And it's contagious, because that smile that's on your face, you can see it on every single spectator that it's on the side. So it's just like, oh my God, we're on mission. Let's do it again. Let's move. Let's just like, it's something takes over you. So what happens, like, during rehearsals, we're like practicing. We're not moving at all. We're just like static on one space, and we're practicing the dance and everything, the choreography. And then as the Carnival approaches, like around April, you're like, oh shit, we got to practice that turn on 24th. Let's get it. So it's like the ones who are closer to the street and the ones that are like farther away, I think it's like the ones on the right side and the ones on the left side. Some of us have to like stay really close to each other and make that turn really small. But then the other ones have to really open. So it's like very strategic too. You know who you put on that side. You're like, okay, we gotta think about who goes on that side.
Reliable.
Yeah. We gotta put there the people who are awake, who are paying attention, who know what they have to do, who remember this, and we practice. And then what we do as a Cumbiamba is like we either go to a park. Normally we go in the peninsula, San Jose, somewhere there, San Mateo. Or we use one of our cumbiamberas. She works at a school, and so she allows us to practice there. So we go over there where we have a big space, and we go, turn, open. You're too close to each other. No, you gotta move faster. And it's just like practicing that specific, just for that one moment. And like Diana said, we get one chance to do that. One chance to make that turn, and after we made that turn, it's Carnival.
And you see the beautiful tocados, the on the hair, Those are design made by Diana.
Yeah, those were made by me. I haven't seen that way to make flowers anywhere else but in Colombia, but in Barranquilla. I came here last year with the intention to learn how to make those. And I learned how to kind of cook the fabric because it's like satin fabric, it's regular fabric. But they use a combination of like yuca to make like a glue, and then they will like kind of cook the fabric on the yuca glue, I guess.
Wait,
and
yuca, the root.
The root, like cassava? Cassava? Yeah.
Wow.
That's
you know that cassava is kind of sticky.
Yeah. And I know yuca too.
And then you have to let it like dry, and then you have I don't know how they call in English the troqueles. It's like a stamp kind of thing that you have to warm up, so it makes the figures that you see on the flowers. Yeah, so I had to come here and learn how to make them.
Yeah, so Diana made petal by petal. So she will cut the piece of fabric, cook it in that mix of yuca that she kind of like turned into a glue. And so that gave her more like it made it more moldable. And so she made petal by petal, put it together, and then around each of those petals, she put all of that sequin that you see around it, and then put it together into one piece that goes into your hair, into like this little comb piece. Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy, beautiful work. And she just learned that going home. She's not an expert. She had never done this before. It was her first time, and we were all like, dude, you're natural.
Blown away.
We actually had a dancer, and he was from, I believe he was from Nicaragua, and he joined us. And then he brought his daughter, and she like he's married with a lady from Japan. So it's like Nicaraguan and Japan, and she was learning how to dance cumbia, and she danced with us, I believe 2 years ago.
2 years, yeah.
2018. Yeah, so it was amazing to see both of them trying to learn how to dance cumbia, and with a way different background that most of us had.
Yeah, that was something else I was going to mention about this video. It's like in the front right row, you can see another one of our dancers from last year, and he is Chinese, and he came over, barely speaks any Spanish. I mean, he speaks only English. And he found us on Facebook, and he showed up to rehearsal, and he's like, well, I'm here, I want to register, I want to dance. And okay, and he made it to the front row. It was that good. He was that good, because we select, you've rehearsed throughout the weeks, and then you decide, okay, we're moving people, and there he is. And oh my gosh, incredible dancer. And also like the idea that sometimes we take things for granted. Like no one ever imagined that the Carnival was not going to happen. And Carnival is one of those events, but it means so much to us because it's I think it's the only event where every single Latin American culture in San Francisco comes together. Because like Latin American culture in general, there isn't one culture. Like we are a mix of everything, and Carnival allows that space for all those cultures to come together. And sometimes, man, we take that for granted, and then boom, COVID-19 hit, and May, it's just weird that this May 2020 is gonna be in our minds and in our memories forever.